Cultures of rejection diminish trust in democratic and political institutions. The case of Serbia illustrates how this dynamic can amount to a widespread disillusionment or a rejection of politics as such, a phenomenon sometimes called anti-politics. Cure researchers in Serbia found sweeping rage and dissatisfaction amongst the people they interviewed and the movements that they observed. These sentiments are expressed as primarily a rejection of politics. Politicians and the political establishment are seen as a malevolent force directly infringing on citizens' personal lives. A deep dissatisfaction with the social conditions in the country sustains this perception. Under these conditions, a vicious circle of social isolation and political alienation emerges. This became apparent to Cure researchers when they observed the 2020 protests against the ruling party's handling of the pandemic. This is Sara Nikolic, Cure team member at the University of Belgrade.
In Serbia, we have found two types of rejection. The first type refers to a negative orientation towards politicians themselves, while the second is directed towards political institutions and the political process in general. What we find here is what French philosopher Jaques Rancière calls anti-politics. He views it as a consequence of estrangement from the public sphere that causes a disavowal of politics and democracy among citizens. The rejection of political elites constructs them as corrupt and as doing politics for their selfish interest only. In anti-politics, the political system itself is perceived as an entity that is beyond citizens' control completely. They believe that their participation cannot meaningfully influence the political outcomes, and they feel impotent to induce the change they need. Paradoxically, for politicians, anti-politics can become a way of doing politics. Take this statement by Aleksandar Vučić, president of Serbia, as an example.
Kad god vidim da se političari umešaju, a to je u slučaju Dragana Markovića, utroba mi se okrene na opačke, jer ti političari su lagali za milion drugih stvari i ništa im ne verujem.
In this case, we find authoritarian politicians mobilizing cultures of rejection in order to hollow out democratic processes and institutions.